safe than sorry.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I'm screen recording now, so that's good.
Okay.
So it's 8:15. Let's see, I'm not even in the wiki. Your discussion post was so good. Oh my gosh.
Oh, thanks.
I'm like dreading my week. Mine's next
Stressing
week.
out. I know. I was like, of course I have the first week.
I know you have like nothing to base it on. It sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Mine's next week, and I'm like, oh god. I'm just like.
Although she said in my comments that she left for me, I don't know if your like face is supposed to be in it because she commented on that and like took points off. So
Really?
yeah, since it was just like my slides.
Oh, I wonder. I didn't even look.
Read that anywhere though.
Yeah, and I didn't even look at other groups to see what they did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. I would have thought to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like the less of my face,
was, like,
the better.
11 minutes. I recorded it once and it was like going over time, so I was like, oh, I have to re-record it.
That's horrible.
9:30 and 10:30, and I did it the second time, and I was like trying to talk fast, and it was still over, and I was like, forget it, I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, exactly.
That too, because it was like 11 minutes.
Well, that makes me feel better because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have like enough to say about it. So it's good that it felt like you had too much.
I didn't either.
Okay, that's good then.
And I was talking like more slowly.
Yeah. Well, and then I get nervous that I'm gonna like, as I'm talking, I'm gonna say something wrong, and then like have to stop and go back.
That's why I hate that, and yeah, that's why I hate that we have to do it all in like one take.
I know. I wish there was something we could do
that like PowerPoint where you can like record each.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see. Okay, so are you on the wiki?
Let me see. Oh yeah, because we can link you.
Okay, let me fix the time. So
I'm not. Wait, am I? I'm on it right now.
And I just like put the same roles. I feel like whatever. We don't really like we all.
Not really.
Yeah. Okay, so for the first one, what is problematic about the following phrase? I reinforced him with M&Ms and nothing happened. Reinforcement doesn't work. I just like kind of answered them this week with bullet points, just so like I had talking points.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
Okay, good. So basically, I said like, you have to reinforce the behaviors, like not the person, and
that's true.
That M&Ms might not be a primary reinforcer for that kid.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't just assume that M&Ms will be reinforcing for everyone.
Right.
To do a reinforcer assessment to determine what they might want.
Okay, that's good. And then because she gave an example saying that like, or maybe it was in the book. Everything like runs together in my head. When she was saying that like a teacher used M&Ms as reinforcers, and some of her kids it worked for, and then the others the other kids just got fat.
Yeah.
So
I think she said that.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I think I'm on the wiki now, so I can type the first one.
Okay.
What color am I red?
I feel like this isn't going to take us very long.
I know, but it says we have to meet for an hour, right? Or is it just like whatever it takes to answer the questions?
It says we have to be logged in for an hour.
Ugh, that stinks. Okay, so. Maybe if we finish early, we can like go over the study guide, because I had some things that I didn't couldn't find the answer to.
Yeah.
And then I found what chapter? I don't even know which book again, but like I found the feelings thing so confusing.
Was that the one that I did?
Yes, like how it was like you're never
Yeah.
actually happy. Like, and I was like, wait, what? Like it was so like blowing my mind.
Yeah.
And then it was like
Yeah.
you never have
It's
a
kind of like,
choice.
yeah, it's kind of out there to me, but I
I
don't know.
know.
I have no understanding that chapter that I presented.
Yeah,
So,
it was so
stuck
overwhelming,
out
I
it.
felt.
Yeah.
Well, you did a good job. You made it seem like it wasn't confusing to you.
And I realized that those aren't really worth that many points either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that
They're
makes me
worth
feel
like
good.
6 points. So,
Oh, wow.
I think
Okay.
it's funny that those 5-minute quizzes are worth 40 points.
I know. I know. I keep getting one wrong every single time, and it's like driving me
Yeah.
insane. And it's like something so stupid. Like, I think last week I got like reflex wrong. Like, I get like the weird stuff
They're
right.
so quick though.
I
So
know. I like can't even read them.
really like just remember.
And then I'm like nervous for our like our first unit test because I feel like I'm gonna have no idea what to expect,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be so much.
We had like questions from like stuff we learned in module 1.
Same with mine. I was like, oh
I
god.
wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, I know. Luckily, I still was kind of like, okay, this makes some sense.
Yeah.
But for the
A
unit
lot
quiz,
of
I'm
choices
nervous.
didn't even make sense.
I know. Yeah, but luckily, like after one unit test, I think it's like it's not cumulative throughout, which is good.
Oh yeah. So it'll just be for like that next week.
I think we have one next week, yeah. And also, like, I wonder if we're allowed to have our notes in front of us, like what kind of testing thing it is.
Probably.
I'm sure. I hope so. Okay.
I don't know.
So,
Yeah, I wonder how much time we're gonna have.
yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it's longer than 5 minutes though. Okay. Okay, so does this sound weird? I'm saying that like the statement's emphasizing that a student can be reinforced, which is not true. Behaviors must be enforced rather than people. But then do I say, secondly, M&Ms might not have been a reinforcer for that, or primary reinforcer for that student? Or is it the behavior?
No, makes sense. I think you just wouldn't say like
He was reinforced.
that you're reinforcing him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So M&Ms might have not been a reinforcer for that student in order to determine. And what was it called that you said that they could? What kind of a reinforcement assessment?
A reinforcer assessment. I'm pretty sure that was in the book.
Yeah.
I'd throw it in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Should reinforcer assessment beforehand to determine what the child will be motivated for.
Okay, so I said there are many reasons the following phrase about M&Ms is problematic. The first problem is that this statement emphasizes that a student can be reinforced, which is not true. Behaviors must be reinforced rather than people. Secondly, M&Ms might not have been a reinforcer for that student. In order to determine what reinforcers would be preferential to that student, a practitioner could conduct a reinforcer assessment beforehand to determine what the child would be motivated for, or will be motivated for. Okay. Okay, so I'll submit that one. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I like mixed up the numbers. There we go. All right. The second one, you have a friend who can't stop texting her ex, especially late at night or after you have been out. This was so funny. When they were together, all they did was fight. She and all her friends are at a loss as to why she can't stop texting this person. What do you think is going on?
This one I didn't really know as much.
Me neither. I felt the same way. Like, I didn't think there was an obvious
I figure
answer.
It has something to do with reinforcement. So.
Yeah, that's probably a good guess.
Okay. Can't stop texting.
So I said that her behavior of texting her ex might be reinforced with, like, the attention she's receiving from her friends.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like, everything's like, oh my God, tell me, like, or no, you can't. Like, she gets the attention from her friends, like, trying to prevent her. Right. And I said that maybe the fighting with her ex was reinforcing to her, like her ex was paying attention to her when they fought.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's the right.
Okay. Do you want to type that one?
Sure.
Okay, I can reread it if you want. Oh, wait, I might still be in it. Okay, now try. Or maybe you could even say, like, after, like, there was an instance when after she had been out, she texted him and, like, he came over. Do you know what I mean? Like, she was positively reinforced by it working one time.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to, like, think of how to phrase this best.
Yeah, it's, like, very weird.
don't know if this is making sense, but okay. I said this friend's behavior may be getting reinforced by the attention she gets from her ex, even if it is just in the form of fighting. There's also a possibility that texting her ex resulted in him coming over to see her one time, which increased the likelihood of her behaving the same way again in the future. Her behavior could also be reinforced by the attention she receives from her friends lecturing her about it every time it happens.
I think that's perfect.
Okay. Does that cover everything, kind of?
Yeah, and I think you could even put like she's like you said about her friends lecturing her, like also like the drama of like them wanting to hear a story.
Okay, yeah, cool. I'll add that. Wait, can you say that again?
Like her.
Wait, shoot. Well.
Her friends can also be reinforcing her behavior by, oh shoot, like by giving her attention and like her, like she'll have a story to tell and like the drama of it all.
Okay, let me read it all again.
Okay.
Maybe getting reinforced by the attention she gets from her ex, even if it's just in the form of fighting. There is also a possibility that texting her ex resulted in him coming over to see her one time, which increased the likelihood of her behaving the same way again in the future. Her behavior could also be reinforced by the attention she received from her friends, lecturing about it every time it happens. Friends could also be reinforcing her behavior by adding to the drama, which could be something that is reinforcing to this friend.
Yeah, I think that sounds great. Okay, and the last one is you are watching a program on TV where they advocate using positive reinforcers. Their rationale is that negative reinforcement makes kids feel bad and doesn't work well. What are some talking points in your letter to the network?
Okay. So I kind of just said that both types of reinforcement can work if they're being performed correctly and if they're understood correctly. Like the TV producers might be misunderstanding what negative reinforcement really means.
Yeah, that's like pretty much what I put. I put negative reinforcement in ABA does not have the same connotation that it does in the outside world, or like the word negative. And then negative does not mean bad. It means something is being taken away or removed. For example, pressing a button to turn off an alarm is negative reinforcement. the sound of the alarm is being removed, but no one is being punished or treated poorly.
Right. I did that too.
And yeah. Like gave a generic example.
Yeah, exactly.
But do you think the example has to do with should have to do with the TV show? Like, I wasn't sure about that.
I don't think so. I think it's just saying for the question, it's like, what would you say network? Like, I feel like it's more just to explain what negative reinforcement is.
Yeah, that negative isn't bad. Yeah. Okay, so I'll answer this one and then I'll just make half red and half blue.
Okay.
Or no, purple. Here's your color. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I said, in our letter to the TV station, we would explain the definitions of both positive and negative reinforcement and explain how both can be beneficial depending on the behavior and the environment. We would emphasize that the word negative in applied behavior analysis has a different connotation than it does in the everyday world. Negative in ABA does not mean bad, it means something is being taken away or removed. For example, pressing a button to turn off an alarm is negative reinforcement. The sound of the alarm is being removed, but no one is being punished or treated poorly. Do you think we should add anything?
Yeah, I also said, like in some cases, a negative reinforcer could be more motivating than a positive reinforcer.
That's good, yeah. Can you think of an example that would be the case?
I don't know. I feel like I'm just kind of thinking along the lines of like if a kid really hates having the lights on or something.
Yeah.
Turning the lights off would be a really big reinforcer.
That's true. So maybe we could say
by boy items or food items.
Yeah. So maybe we could say for a student who's sensitive to, like, what is it called? Like sensory, like kind of has like sensory overload.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll read it again. In our letter to the TV station, we would explain the definitions of both positive and negative reinforcement and explain how both can be beneficial depending on the behavior and the environment. We would emphasize that the word negative in applied behavior analysis has a different connotation than it does in the everyday world. Negative in ABA does not mean bad, it means something is being taken away or removed. For example, pressing a button to turn off an alarm is negative reinforcement. The sound of the alarm is being removed, but no one is being punished or treated poorly. In some cases, negative reinforcement can be more beneficial than negative reinforcers can be more beneficial than positive reinforcers. For example, a student who becomes overwhelmed by sensory stimulation in the classroom would benefit more from having the lights turned off, which would be considered negative reinforcement.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Okay, I'm going to split it into half and half. Okay. Okay, should we both just like look over it and make sure there's no like spelling mistakes or anything? I think it looks good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right.
It's very easy.
Yeah, that was easy. Okay, should we go over the study guide?
Yeah.
Okay, let me check on mine. Okay, I feel like the first page was like completely doable, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all like pretty.
Yeah, because that's all like I feel like the first and most of the second page are always from the video.
Yeah.
For 12 on the second page, I like didn't like my reasons didn't line up with all of the Roman numerals.
Okay.
Like I had
12.
Yeah, like I had timing and delay.
Yeah.
And then I had magnitude.
Yeah.
But then like I didn't really have like under timing and delay I had that reinforcers delivered immediately after the response are the most effective, but then I had like nothing for the second one.
Oh yeah, that's what I wrote. Well, for the first one I wrote ones that immediately follow the response are most quickly learned, and then for the second one I wrote they're also like most powerful.
Okay, yeah. And then under magnitude, I put like the greater amount of reinforcer delivered, the greater the response, and then there's limits to high magnitude.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what delay discounting is. Like, I don't know if I completely missed that.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Okay, so delay discounting is, it's like you can have either a smaller reinforcer like now or like a large reinforcer later.
Oh.
Like, have you seen that video where like the kids have to wait to eat one marshmallow?
Yes. Okay.
Two, but
okay,
right now,
I do remember that now. Okay, thanks. Everything else on that page was pretty okay for me. What about you? Same.
I think so. Let me look now. Yeah, I think so. Oh, I missed describe an operant. I just realized that.
Oh, that was in. I put the consequences which shape and maintain the behavior. That was in like the Skinner book, like very randomly.
Okay, the consequences
which shape and maintain the behavior. Also for 18, what did you have?
18.
What is the consequence in the strict Skinnerian sense?
Oh, I kind of just made that one. Well, I didn't make it up. Well, I kind of did. I kind of I didn't find it specifically from a book.
Okay.
But I just said like consequence is anything that happens after a behavior. When in like everyday use, it tends to have a negative connotation.
Okay, yeah, I put like because it was in the Skinner book, but I don't like it doesn't answer the question that like consequences are in the world of fact, where motives and purposes are in like the brain and the heart of a man.
Yeah.
But like basically, yeah, same thing.
I think that's what it is. A consequence is just anything.
Like yeah, it doesn't have a negative connotation.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
Let's see. For 23, like, can we go over these? I feel like I get so in my head, like trying to figure them out. Like I feel like stupid.
It had a lot of like open-ended.
Yeah, it did. So for I reinforced him for sitting, I put the behavior of sitting was reinforced.
Yeah, that's what I said. I reinforced his behavior of sitting.
Okay. He was rewarded by attention. I put a reward that reinforces positive behavior is attention.
Wait, say that again.
A reward that reinforces positive behavior is attention. What did you put? I feel like mine's so wordy.
I put attention. Oh, wait, that actually doesn't. Is it? I put attention is reinforcing to him. Does that make sense or is that wrong?
I don't know. This is where I get confused. Like, I feel like people are allowed to have reinforcers, but you can't say that.
Reinforce the person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like the reinforcer assessment, you're trying to see what the person will work for.
Yeah. Okay. So for this one, okay, it said he is rewarded by attention. Okay.
So
Yeah, so that would be wrong. I also didn't know if we were supposed to change rewarded to reinforced.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Changed to like he is rewarded to like attention is reinforcing to him. I think that makes sense.
Because like attention is something that could come back on the reinforcer assessment as something like that, like social or whatever it is.
Exactly.
Okay.
So saying attention is reinforcing to him isn't saying.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Him. I always send it in the question.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Things too.
I've been like trying to think, like I have so many questions, but like I feel like it's just they're not good enough to like put in her video. I just like feel like an idiot, but that's a good one.
Yeah, I feel like these ones were kind of confusing.
Yeah.
I wrote them once, and then I went back after I read all of the chapters, and I was like,
I know, I still like wasn't sure. Oh, I don't understand, like, I guess it's kind of the same thing as, like, texting of the ex. Like, what is the rationale behind, like, the kindergartner and the ballot? Like, why are people staying?
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Oh, 28.
Yeah, it's like the last one.
Really no.
Yeah, it's like the same one as the ex. Like, it wasn't explicitly talked about.
Yeah. I wrote, people are leaving because they are not receiving reinforcement. They're only receiving positive punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is adding a stimulus or increase in non-desired behavior of making a mistake. But I didn't know why people would stay.
Yeah, I know. That's like what was so confusing to me. Other than maybe like...
Maybe something in the situation is reinforcing to them, but I don't know.
Right. Like, or like maybe the people who are staying are ones who are not making mistakes, and like they're reinforced by her yelling at other kids.
I feel like that's a good explanation.
That might be it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Like her yelling at the kids who are making mistakes is reinforcing their behavior.
Right.
But like, they are doing a good job.
Oh god, my computer's gonna die. Hold on, I have to go get my charger. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Did anyone even respond in the discussion other than us?
I read it and one other person did.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, we have to respond. Like, I don't have to respond twice, and like, we were the only ones talking.
I know. One other person did.
Okay. Also, I got an email from another InterTeaching group, and they were like, hey, guys, like, I'm just trying to see, like, what the plan is for tonight, like, like, going on and on, and I had to respond being like, I don't think I'm in your group.
Oh, that's weird.
But it was so confusing. Yeah, I have no idea. No one ever like responded back, so hopefully they just like kind of made a mistake.
It's really weird.
Yeah, and then I was like panicking, thinking there was like another group that I was supposed to be meeting. Yeah.
You're gonna get points taken off.
I know, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's weird.
Let's see. Oh, okay, Crystal. Also, I felt like so nervous answering your open-ended question because like the whole chapter was like, no. And I was like, I can't say yes, even though I think that's like true.
Yeah. I didn't
Crystal
know.
said yes, though. Good for her.
Yeah, she did. I feel like her explanation.
Yeah, seriously, you can't like
Sense.
knock her when she's like using an actual kid.
Yeah. What did she say? I feel like
Like the allergy thing. Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah, she knows like what she's talking about.
yeah. Those were like really good examples.
Yeah, seriously. Oh god, I don't know what I'm gonna say back to that.
I know. I don't know. I was kind of trying to think about it. And, like, I feel like Skinner would explain it as like those things are like inner events.
Right, like under the skin.
So like they are events happening. They're just like under the
Well, that's like what I think too about like depression and other things where there's like clearly a chemical imbalance in your brain, and then I feel like it gets dicey talking about mental health because you don't want to like offend anyone or like say anything wrong.
But that's what I thought when I first started reading all this.
Yeah, like when there's like clearly a scientific
that's what's causing it.
Right, exactly. And that like if medicine can fix it, clearly it's not the environment then.
Yeah. I guess it's your like internal environment.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
So
I don't know. Okay. Do you think we really have to stay on here until 9:15? If like Brittany's not here?
I don't know. Is that when we started?
Wait, we started at 8:15.
15.
I feel like if there was a third person, there would be like more dialogue.
I know. I'm like typing the rest of my answer to that study guide question.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'll respond to Crystal.
I'm about to reply to her too.
Okay.
Dude, get this module finished.
Yeah, hopefully this will take us 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Is explanatory fiction the thing that's like, he's mad, how do you know he's mad? Because he hit me? Like the round and round
Yeah,
thing?
it's
Okay.
like the circular reasoning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop screen recording and then I think we're good, right?